No one talks about divorcing a good guy. I've been divorced twice, both of which were my decision, and neither one of them were abusing me or cheating on me. That doesn't mean there wasn't a pile of other reasons as to why we couldn't maintain a healthy relationship. You deserve to be happy. And I'm proud of you for taking responsibility for your happiness and doing something about it. So stop beating yourself up.
The reason why nobody's talking about divorcing the good guy is because they know how it makes them look, and they oftentimes live to regret it. And the bottom line is that it is extremely disappointing for men to hear stories like this, because it tells them that they could be an amazing man, but this is how they could still end up. The woman that they love and that they said vows to and that she said vows back to him could just decide she's not happy and she leaves him. Ladies, what so many men would love for you to understand is that they don't do that to you. Men do not leave good women simply because they aren't happy. Because most men understand that if they are not happy and yet they have a good woman, it is a him problem. A lot of women, unfortunately, do not think the same way when it comes to their own happiness, because they put it on the man to make them happy. These are women that will be in the cycle of finding a new man and being happy for a short amount of time, but then eventually, over time, they become unhappy because they're unhappy with themselves. So for you men listening, my biggest piece of advice is to make sure that you're with a woman that is naturally happy with herself. Trust me.
Actually, facts, yeah.
You got to prepare for this one. A woman only has problems if her man has no problems. All right, let me talk you through this one, because this will be a big insight for a lot of you guys. I promise you, all right?
Okay, go for it.
There's two types of problems in this world. No one taught you this, and this is why men get so confused, right? There's man problems, solving, building businesses, making sure doesn't explode, real man problems. And then there's girl problems. What's a girl problem? Well, a girl problem is the vibes aren't good over here, and I need better vibes. That's it. The vibes aren't good, and I need better vibes. Now, where do men go wrong? Why do relationships tend to go wrong? Well, it's because, other than incompatibility, obviously, maybe just two people aren't a fit for each other and they have different goals and they're aligned differently, of course, but let's assume that's all correct. Here's what happens. The man thinks that the girl problems are man problems. So the man thinks, oh, she's got a problem? Oh, I got to go solve it. I got to go fix it because she's not okay, because things are going to happen here. The man thinks it's urgent. It's life or death. Oh my God, I got to do this because she's crying. Why does the man think that? The man thinks that because if a man is crying, if a man is crashing out, what does that mean? It means there's something wrong here and is actually about to break. But what the man has to later realize, this is a new mental model that to download into your mind as a man, is that she has goal problems. They're not urgent. She's okay. She's going to survive. She'll be all right. She just has bad vibes and she needs to get to good vibes.
Yeah.
Right? So here's the problem. Women, and by the way, this is built in to nature, because women do this automatically and subconsciously. This is just the nature of a woman, right? And this is the nature of a kind-hearted young man, gentleman. Women are going to have their goal problems. Susie's this person said this to me at the office. This thing was bad. I didn't like how this girl looked at me. Goal problems, okay? Boom. What happens, though? The girl is doing her goal problems, but she's got one eye on you at every moment. She's like, oh my gosh, Susie's yeah, and this happened, and then I'm like, she's always looking at you. And then what happens? The man takes his eye off the ball. He takes his eye off the ball to focus on her goal problems, okay? Now what's happening? Now the woman sees, oh, I got him. He took his eye off the ball.
Yeah, it's pretty much about frame control, but I want to talk about something a little different. It's kind of similar to one of the previous clips with Emily King, where she was saying a lot of women try and get their man to make her happy. And these two clips are very similar to each other, so I'm just going to tie it all in one. Because I think that is some level of base instinct, is women getting their happiness from men. But what's happened in the modern day, it's essentially been bastardized. So since women have been stripped of all of their feminine natural traits, they're now the strong, independent boss babes. They've depleted all of the value that they would bring to the relationship, okay? But they still have this base desire to get their own happiness from that man, okay? So what a real woman would do, a feminine woman, what she does is focus on making her man happy, serving that man, and then getting the happiness that essentially she created in a way. So she puts all of her feminine energy into serving you, maintaining your household, making you a happy guy, and then she essentially taps into that. She puts those emotional hooks in. She says, this guy is happy, and now I'm happy. That's how it would go. But again, they don't do this today. It is all about me, me, me. He's supposed to make me happy. Why isn't he making me happy? I'm obsessed with girl drama and Kardashians and Instagram. All I do is sit on the couch all day. Why isn't he making me happy?
Are you in a relationship with a woman and you're tired of all that hooting and hollering? Well, here are 5 surefire ways passed down from generation to generation of men on how to calm those ladies down. Number 5, just tell her to calm down. Sometimes women get all caught up in their womaning and forget the basic rules of polite discourse. A gentle reminder to calm down should simmer the situation. Number 4, remind her to relax.
So this is obviously a skit, but the thing is, man, if you are afraid of female emotion, you will never be the man of the house. You will never be in charge. She will never follow your lead. These guys are worried about being yelled at by a 5'4" little woman, like you're being scalded by your mom or something. Bro, what are you afraid of? You have to be able to tell her no. You have to be able to handle her emotions. Because bro, this isn't only for yourself, but in her eyes, if she's yelling at you, disrespecting you, crossing over your frame and your boundaries and all of this, and you just let it happen, you let the disrespect happen, you can't handle her. In her girl brain, she's thinking, wow, he can't handle my lame emotions that go up and down. What a pussy. That means he can't handle the world outside of our relationship. It is showing incompetence.
Women don't control their emotions. They weaponize them. That is the female strategy. It's why your arguments go in circles. Her goal isn't growth. She's not trying to rise above. She wants to drag you down. Right now, you're vulnerable to this. But by the end of this video, you'll see straight through her.
We can talk about it another day.
No, it's not going to be another day.
So then it's not going to be another day then. I don't give
And I'm asking you, can we talk about this, please?
nothing to talk about. Leave.
You were just calling me last night.
So what? Leave.
Really quickly, let's just imagine reversing the genders. And there was a woman who had asked 3 times for a man to leave, and he doesn't. You can imagine the response. He's invasive, he's not respecting her boundaries, he's making her feel unsafe. See, this is why women fear men. He'd be lucky to not have the law involved. But believe it or not, for so many women, when they see that clip, they don't see a man whose boundaries are not being respected. They see a struggling woman who's dealing with some intense emotions and a cold, uncaring man who's not being sensitive to what she's going through. This clip continues, but I just wanted to make the point that our culture has a massive double standard. Only women are allowed to excuse their behavior, violate other people's boundaries because of their emotions. Men do not have the luxury of emotional expression. At all times, men must contain themselves and stay calm. If you lose control of your emotions as a man, instantly you become toxic, unsafe, dangerous, abusive. But if a woman loses emotional control, it's excuses, it's sympathy. She's a victim, and everybody asks, what did that man do to upset her? I don't know the context. I don't know why the woman in the clip is upset, but I do know that it does not matter how much she emotionally escalates the situation, he must remain calm. He has to keep his emotions contained, even if she repeatedly violates his boundaries. And men do not get the recognition that they deserve for maintaining their cool when the woman is doing everything that she can to drag him down into her chaos.
Super true.
What did I do? What did I do? For real? I don't know if I regret this bad. I don't know. I've trusted everything.
We can talk about it tomorrow.
Watch this man's face. Look at how much effort he is having to put into maintaining calm. You can imagine his body is racked with anger or frustration or fear or sadness, but he has to keep his cool. He has to keep a lid on his emotions. He doesn't want things to spiral out of control, and so he's being an adult. But here's the thing, is that as a man, you can be calm, rational, respectful, conciliatory, and in any disagreement with a woman, you can do your absolute best to solve the problem, to move forward, to end the conflict, but you cannot control how she's going to act. And if a woman wants to have a fight with you, she will always emotionally escalate.
Super true. That's Alexander Grace, by the way. He makes really good YouTube videos, and this is so true. This is why you do not argue with women, okay? Because a lot of guys, they just don't understand what is going on. What arguments actually are is basically her trying to get you emotional. It's basically a challenge of your frame. That's what it is. So if you're ever in a situation like this, calm, stoic, give her nothing. No, we'll talk tomorrow. We'll talk tomorrow. That's it. Because bro, she is trying to bring you into her realm. That's what it is. She's trying to drag you out of your frame into her emotional frame. And when you do that, you have to understand, women are like experts at this. They are. How they just twist and turn everything you say into somehow you're a bad guy. So how you deal with this is you don't deal with it. You don't. You say, nah, we'll talk when you calm down. That's it. Be a rational adult. And if she can't control her emotions and have a simple conversation, that's her problem. Like the video, subscribe, stay on the path of progress. I'll see you guys later.